Hello, this is Top Stories on Via Television. My name is Deborah Ntukaife. The ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) has commenced the process of registering its over 40 million members electronically to consolidate its membership strength ahead of 2027 general elections. The national chairman of the APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, said these at the party's secretariat in Abuja. The development is coming 2 years after Mai Malabuni-led National Caretaker Committee conducted a similar nationwide membership registration exercise, which brought the current number to over 40 million. Addressing newsmen in Abuja, Ganduje said that the essence of the electronic registration innovation is to capture the current membership strength of the party. And now the federal government has moved the National Identity Management Commission to the Ministry of Interior as part of efforts to resolve issues around passport processing in the country. Now, on assumption of office, the Minister of Interior, Olubumi Tunji Ojo, promised to work towards having the NIMC in the ministry for proper coordination of identity data of Nigerians. This process is now being accelerated in line with President Bola Tinubu's administration's directive to remove all impediments and bottlenecks from obtaining passports. The national identity number, domiciled in NIMC, is one of the major conditions for obtaining of international passports. Thousands of Muslim faithfuls converged on an open space in Hong Administrative Headquarters of Hong Local Government Area of Adamawa State to offer special prayers for rain. This marked the third time this year that such a gathering would take place. Now, the special prayer known as Salatu Istikar was held to seek divine intervention for rainfall so as not to affect bumper harvest. The prayer was led by the esteemed Imam Zubairu Mahmood Fari, with the district head of Hong, Dan Maliki Adamawa, Alhaji Umar Babangida Mahmood in attendance. The Imam led the congregation in offering the prayers, calling on Allah SWT to accept their petition for rainfall and bring an end to the hardship being faced by the people in the country. The proposed strike by the Nigeria Labour Congress will be counterproductive if it goes ahead, private employers of labor cautioned. According to them, the NLC should seek better opportunities for its members to caution subsidy removal pain through dialogue with the government. Now, early in the month, NLC President Joe Ajero called out workers on a 2-day warning strike, but it attracted mixed compliance on September 5th and 6th. Announcing the warning strike, Ajero, who shunned a meeting called by Labour Minister Simon Lalong, said a total shutdown of the economy would follow in 14 days unless the government reversed the pump price of petrol to pre-May 29, among other reasons. As tertiary institutions across the country begin a new session next week, the Academic Staff Union of Universities, parents and students started protests as more varsities continue to hike their fees amid a worsening economy. ASU, as well as the Association of Parents and Students, warned about the likelihood of mass dropouts of students following the hikes in fees by the universities across the country. The union was worried about the development, just as apprehensive parents expressed concerns over the implication of the fee hike for their children enrolled in public tertiary institutions. The national president, ASU, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, frowned on the fees increases, noting that the university is not a profit-making commercial center. The National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, has said 13 states and 50 communities, mostly in the north, are likely to witness heavy rainfall that may lead to flooding between September 13 and 17. NEMA's Lagos Territorial Coordinator, Mr. Ibrahim Fariloye, announced this in a statement on Wednesday in Lagos. Fariloye listed the states and communities to include Kano, Adamawa, Gombe, Jigawa, Potiskum, Yobe, Borno, Zamfara, Bauchi, Taraba, Katsina, Kebbi, Niger. Fariloye added that that due to the rise in the water levels of rivers Benue and Niger communities along the two rivers up to Bielsa were advised to take precautionary measures in the coming days. He acknowledged the National Flood Early Warning Systems Central Hub Federal Ministry of Environmental Abuja in its predictions. Now, the House of Representatives has dismissed a statement that each member of the National Assembly collected 100 million naira as palliative. A statement credited to the National Assistant General Secretary of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Mr. Christopher Onyeka, had claimed that the executive arm gave federal lawmakers the sum as palliatives. He faulted the federal government for reportedly sharing a bag of rice to a dozen citizens while allegedly giving 100 million naira palliative to each member of the National Assembly. The NLC had on September 1st handed down a 21-day ultimatum to the government over the delay in sharing of palliatives, saying it might be compelled to declare an indefinite labor action if its demands were not met. Ahead of the resumption of schools, Niger State government has announced plans to reopen 11 out of the 42 public schools shut across the state as a result of insecurity. Recall that state government had shut the 42 schools in 2021 at the peak of frequent invasion of some boarding schools across the state, but later reopened some and shut the 11 which were more prone to insecurity. Mostly affected were female students across the state, especially the kidnap of 99 girls from Salihu Tanko Islamia schools, Tegina in Rafi local government area. There is a complete power outage in the southeast as the Enugu District Electricity Distribution Company confirms a system collapse. In a statement, Emeka Eze, head of corporate communication EEDC, said the collapse occurred at 12:40 a.m. on 14 September 2023. The company apologized to customers within its franchise in Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo State over the development. Meanwhile, Nigeria's power supply dropped by 93.5% to 273 megawatts in the early hours of today from 4,182 megawatts recorded on Monday this week following a complete system collapse due to equipment failure or grid disturbance in the sector. Data obtained from Nigeria Electricity System Operator, the semi-autonomous arm of the Transmission Company of Nigeria TCN, showed that Afam VI, Dadinkowa, Ibom, Power, Jeba, Olusorgo generated 0.70 megawatts, 0.00 megawatts, 32.90 megawatts. And that's all on Top Stories. Many thanks for watching. I am Deborah Njekaife. Please stay tuned and enjoy the rest of our programs.